because it looks. So I think I've given you enough.
It looks. What a radical insult. DANGERFIELD, Dangerfield. Hello people, and here we are again. Here we are again, and hopefully I've sorted out my audio problems. I think because I've got the fan on, there's some cancellation on the mic, which always makes my voice either too loud or too quiet. But I can't not put the fan on. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Phnom Penh now?
It's currently 26 degrees.
Right, it's 4 a.m. and it's 26 degrees. And that might not sound that hot, but without a fan, with me talking, gesticulating, and all sorts of other strange manoeuvres that go on outside the margins of reality, I can get very hot and sweaty and it's uncomfortable. So I think I've got it sorted. Alright, by the way, I haven't watched this and I don't know what it's called because it's on one of these weird compilations, but it just come up, so I thought, the company is called Cucumber Clothing, so we'll call it Cucumber Clothing and we'll take it away. Hit it.
Next up are best friends Nancy Zeffman and Eileen Willett.
Here we are.
Who found that partnering up in business...
Amazing. She doesn't look traditionally Asian, and yet there's still something about the Asian female that's quintessentially feminine. And I'm yet to know what that is. It's a very interesting an area which requires further investigation.
Business has brought them closer than ever.
It's a little bit like a marriage.
She's still a pretty lady, but you don't get that. Well, we all have tastes. I don't buy that we have a type, though. I bought that until I was about 26. You think you have a type. You want a type because it gives you an identity. Making choices is part of our identity. And, the less favourites and types and things you have in your life, the more fluid your identity becomes. And that's kind of not really liked in the modern world. It's not something that's appreciated. But actually, in life, I think you should, if you do have favourites and you have types of all things, music, literature, cinema, women, men, anything, well, that kind of suggests that you're not growing, that you're not changing. Anyway, Dragon's Den.
Marriage.
This is my other half.
Yeah, this is my other half. Let's go. It's great. Between the two of us, we've had 6 children and 3 dogs.
Good work, though.
Just 2 husbands, which
When it comes to pairing up with a dragon, the entrepreneurs have one in particular they want to woo.
Peters, we know, has just started a new lifestyle brand.
The most successful and richest one.
And
fits very well with us.
Yeah.
And the messages they've had from friends and family
who are in business are absolutely worth nothing. Ignore, take the encouragement, but it's not worth anything. They want to say nice things to you.
are helping them to get in the zone.
Lots of affirmation texts this morning. How pose? You can do it!
Smash it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, come on.
Right, you've got to remember that Dragon's Den is entertainment. It's theatre. It's scripted, largely scripted. And you've got to, if you think about editing, the process of editing, imagine you're a sculpture and you've got a lump of clay. And you sort of move it around, take bits away and change it. Well, the editor has got all this sort of information and a bit of B-roll, probably a bit of C-roll as well at the end. No T-roll though. and they remake something with it. So in a way, even what they say is scripted, if you can see it in the sense of a rearrangement being scripted. I think they would have been told to do that. You know, in their interview, they would have said something like, "Oh, we love affirmations," and then the script editor and the writers would have made a note of that and said to them, "Can you do some of those affirmations in, the ones you said, like, can you do some of them when you're in the lift?" I'm not saying for sure they did, I don't know that, but it's the sort of thing they do because it gives them more content rather than them just standing in the lift saying nothing. A very peculiar choice of music. Sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like something from Jacques Tati or something. Oh, have you got Dupin?
Hello, Dragons. I'm Nancy.
And hi, I'm Eileen. We're
That's Sid.
Cucumber Clothing, and we're here today to ask for £50,000 in exchange for 10% of our business.
Cucumber Clothing's here to solve a problem.
We make clothing and sleepwear for women who get hot. That is...
Now, hang on a minute. Let me just move my head. Maybe I should go over here for a bit. Oh, look, we got... Oh, I've ruined it. Hang on. Oh, hi. Let's just take it back a little bit.
Is our USP.
Do we think they make clothing for big women? I mean, I know the blonde lady, Nancy, there isn't particularly big, but hang on a minute. Nor's the other lady, but the clothes maker, I've got this wrong, but that's not a good thing for them because those clothes make them look big to me. You know, the Asian lady looks massive. Anyway, I'm going back over there. I feel well weird here. And stop. Continue.
Here today to ask for £50,000 in...
I think it's only fair that I go back so that we can actually hear what they do. Maybe not that far. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Eileen. We're Cucumber Clothing, and we're here today to ask for £50,000 in exchange for 10% of our business.
Right, so they're valuing their business at 500 grand, $500,000. You'd expect turnover. In clothing has got a return rate of about 30%. Why? Doesn't fit. Don't like it. Put it on. Ooh, it didn't look like that in the picture that took 5 hours and 200 photos and a professional model, Photoshop. When I put it on and look in the mirror, I just looked like dreary old me. I thought I was going to look like her. Send it back. Take it. Buy it. Wear it. Wash it. Don't want it. Send it back. It averages about, it's roughly 30% return. And they can't sell those clothes. They tend to get given to charity and auctioned and things like that because that's a lot. Anyway, so if they're valuing their company at $500,000, I'd expect them to have a turnover of at least $2 million. I mean, the profit margins can be big because it's a bit of cloth. It's a bit of fabric. You know, yeah, you've sewn it and that. The designing is probably the most expensive part of making clothes. And I don't think they've done a very good job of that. Look at this frumpy old 1970s mother's wardrobe.
Cucumber Clothing's here.
Did I tell you, by the way? I can't remember. $2.5 million I'd expect them to be turning over at least when you're in the rag trade and valuing your business at $500,000.
To solve a problem.
We make clothing and sleepwear for women who get hot. That is our USP.
Women get hot for so many different reasons. It can be...
You're telling me.
As simple as their monthly cycles. It can be women who are pregnant and breastfeeding, women who are going through the menopause, and also curvier women.
Oh, there is a little bit of curviers. What? Just say fat women. I think fat women know they're fat. I mean, if you're a fat woman, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer for people to be polite around you, or curvier women, or fat? You're fat. Yeah.
We think that this is the future of fashion. We take beautiful designs and we marry them to performance fabrics, which not only feel gorgeous to wear, but they keep you...
The future of fashion, it looks like a maternity gown. It looks like something that you'd get given in a female prison if you were pregnant. I mean, it is just taste, but yeah, they've missed a trick here. A good designer.
You looking and feeling cool night and day.
When she said performance fabrics, right, what she means there is, I don't think they're made of performance fabrics. That just looks like some kind of cotton or some cotton combo Performance fabrics are sort of stuff that top athletes wear, you know, Premier League footballers, that are actually really expensive. If that dress was really a performance fabric, that would be sort of like £1,000 worth of kit. And it ain't, they're not selling that for £1,000. So I think they're probably being a bit generous with what they mean by performance fabric. Tuka ain't looking happy. Tuka's been in the rag trade all his life. That's all he does. He sells cloth, really. And he's that look. His face there is, what are you talking about? This is nonsense. I don't think he likes performance fabrics, and I don't think he likes the cut of their jib.
Fabrics we use last up to 6 times longer than cotton. They do not retain sweat or odours, and they're anti-crease, which is really good for the environment.
Cucumber Clothing is an innovator in the marketplace.
I could be very wrong. When she says all that, maybe it is some proper high-tech performance clothing. But, well, we'll see, won't we?
Together with the dragon, we're really excited about our future.
We have a few pieces we'd like to hand out, and then we're ready for some questions.
Clothing to keep women cool is the concept from business partners
There's nothing like giving out your prototype in a pizza box.
Nancy Zeffman
There's no pineapple on that, is there, love?
and Eileen Willett. They want £50,000
It has got a little bit of branding on top, but that is a pizza box.
in exchange for 10% of the business.
Got your one.
You've got the dress version. I'm wearing the jumpsuit.
But will Sarah Davies buy into the sartorial setup?
These women come across to me as two women with probably quite well-off husbands who are doing well in life, who've happily funded what is essentially a vanity project. Now, that doesn't mean it can't succeed. That doesn't mean that they're not working really hard and they're not competent. But this is what I'm getting from the way they come across, the way they presented, what they're presenting, the start-up, the origin story of this is funded from their husbands.
Nancy and Eileen, well, they feel beautiful.
Thank you.
So what's the background that's brought you to this moment?
So we've known each other for almost 20 years, and we realised that so many of the conversations amongst our friendship group were around the issues of getting hot.
We really feel that it's a market that hasn't really been explored. We feel we're creating a market.
Now, again, this is much like the gap in the market people talk about. If there's a gap in the market, there's no market. It's an alleyway. We're creating a market. That is something you can do for sure. There was no market for software as a service, for instance, really, and not a consumer market until the internet. And so when the internet arrived, software as a service became, it dominates really. But again, clothing has been mass produced and has been boutique produced and couture produced for a long time. If women getting hot was really a thing with a substantial market, it would have been covered. Do you not think the people at Primark would have already got there? Anyone really, any of the big companies in the rag trade.
We do have world domination ambitions. At some point, we'd love to think this is our market. We dominated it. We were the first.
Okay, brilliant. So just give me an idea then. So this piece that I've got, this 90, what is the cost of this finished piece for you and what does it sell at?
On average, all our pieces, they cost us £25, and on average they sell at £83.
Now, that's ridiculously expensive for a piece of cloth. What did she say, average 23 or 28? I mean, really, £5, again, I still don't know what it's made from. But I don't think it's... At 23 quid, it ain't a proper performance fabric, not in the way I consider performance fabrics. So the profit margin is about, what, from landed... 60%, is that? I can't work it out. Yeah, about 60%, about 60-40. I've lost track, to be honest with you. About 60, I think. That's too expensive for a little bit of cloth.
The dress that Eileen's wearing is out in a couple of weeks. That's going to be 135. And I'm wearing the most expensive thing, which is £179.
Okay.
They don't look worth that to me. They look like something you can get from Etam for 10 quid in a sale.
I do a lot of work with the TV shopping channels.
Okay.
And as you think...
Oh, she didn't like that. Look at the one in the red's face. That, you know, the eyes are shut. She doesn't want to look at her. She doesn't want to look at her. They think they're sort of couture. They've got a brand. You know, they think that this, you know, it's not high end, but 180 quid for a bit of cloth. Like, people don't want shopping channels, but that's exactly where they should go. This is what I'd do if I was their financial investor. If I was their ECO or something, I'd say, listen, get the price down to about £5 an item landed, and then sell them for about 40 pop a go. Get on that shopping channel and just smash it and smash it, smash it. Get guests on. I hate getting hot. And the funny thing is, it happens all year round, doesn't it? Yes, it's not just summer, because you don't want it to be seasonal, you know, if you're looking at Europe. It's not just summer, is it? Because in the winter, you've had the heating on all day, and you've got the heating on in your bedroom, so you don't want to get cold at night, but then you get too hot under the blah, 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 blah. And, you know, when you go out, you know, sometimes you go to places and they're boiling hot, aren't they? Because it's cold out, or even in the summer and it's too hot, and just smash, and just get those units shifting like nobody's business. For me, that's the only place this business succeeds, because it doesn't have, there's no barrier to entry. Anyone can do this. Anyone watching this video can set this up with a few grand. There's no barrier to entry, and they're not very good designs. There's nothing, wow. Who made them? These look amazing. In fact, they're the opposite of that. They're drab. They're rubbish.
Imagine TV shopping attracts a lot of women who I think will be your core demographic.
Yeah, again, that woman. Let's have a look at that. Look at the woman on the left in the red. Just eye blocking. She flickered her eyes, and you know, it's much the same as shutting them. You can't see someone when you're going like that. She doesn't want to acknowledge it. She doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to see that situation. Doesn't want to see herself on home shopping. She doesn't want to admit that what Sarah's saying is your customer base are fat, single women sitting at home on a Saturday night with a bottle of Chardonnay and a pizza. Her eyes flickered. Watch, I've already taken it back. She doesn't want to see it.
Attracts a lot of women who I think will be your core demographic.
Right.
I could picture you two on air, wearing the product, and women really buying into that.
Tage can see it. Tage can see it in them that they don't like it. He's mirrored their disdain, that slightly, asymmetrical smile.
It will absolutely work in that environment.
Okay.
It absolutely would, and neither of them want that. You know, they're loaded. These women are loaded. You can tell these are women these are ladies who lunch. They don't want to be talking about what is it? TV show. I can't remember what it's called. But they don't want to talk about. They don't want people to know that they're on a television shopping channel. No, they want a nice little boutique shop in like the Burlington Arcade in Piccadilly or somewhere like that. And she wants them on bid up TV.
However, what will not work in that environment though is the
180 quid a pop.
Pricing that you're at.
Yeah.
I think if you want to...
Oh, amazing expressions. She, again, eye block, doesn't want to know it. Look at the mouth. I mean, it looks like her husband has just told her he's having an affair with her sister, the Asian lady. Look at the face, it's just gutted. And the woman in red, she's just putting up with this. Nice one, Sarah. Can we get on to a real entrepreneur, because we're designers of performance clothing?
Get out to a mass space. I really think you're going to need to be more price competitive with the product.
The reason she didn't say anything was because she doesn't want this conversation to go on any further. Now, this may have been edited, obviously. These are just headshots they might have dropped in. But she's not engaging with her. Oh, okay, Sarah. What sort of thing are you thinking of? What kind of units is that? Blah 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 blah. No, she wants to move on to someone who's up there with her aspirations.
The clothing's cost makes it a tough sell to Sarah Davies. But does the entrepreneur's preferred dragon, Peter Jones, think the brand looks as cool as it claims to keep those who wear it?
Just immediately, first impressions, I'm not sure that they look great.
What an incredible line. It's so strangely polite and brutal. I'm not sure that they look great. Let's just do that again so I can get it right.
Just immediately, first impressions, I'm not sure that they look great.
My first impressions are I'm not sure that they look great. Yeah, interesting. Look how gutted she is.
Okay.
Like the one that you're wearing there, it hasn't got any shape to it. It's just straight.
I would say if you flick through a few fashion magazines, we are referencing trends that are now tiered dresses, summer dresses. Dresses are really huge right now, and this whole look is really...
Dresses are huge. Yeah, your one is. Your Tenko rags are. Now, I think it's fair enough that we say, I think those two ladies have got a better understanding of what's on trend when it comes to women's dresses. I think than Peter Jones, for sure. Of course they have. They're in the business, even though it's not a very successful business, but they're in it. They spend their lives flicking through fashion magazines and looking at internet websites, good lord, GeoCities, MySpace, so they actually do know more. But nonetheless, on national telly, he just said, I'm not sure they look great.
Huge.
So the idea of this dress is a nice summer dress. It's got pocket, and it's just an easy throw-on dress. You're on holiday, you're going to the market. It's that kind of idea.
Yes, but it's just okay. It's not jumping out at me.
So what we like to say is that we're not high fashion, but we're fashionable. And the point is it's multifunctional pieces. Like if you take the blue dress, you could...
That's an odd thing. We're not high fashion, but we're fashionable. It's just a tagline. It doesn't mean anything. That's quite insulting, in fact. Multifunctional. They didn't mention that before. What does that mean? You can sleep in them. You can. You don't need to undress. Go on holiday in one skirt, one dress. That's it until you come home. Do they do a pair of trousers like that?
Wear that to bed. You could dress it up with a...
It looks like it is. I thought that one was a nightie.
pair of heels.
But that would look a little bit weird going to bed. It looks like you're going to bed fully clothed.
Actually, again, the blue one with a pair of... I'm on their side a little bit here. That blue one, nice pair of heels, a bit of jewellery, bit of lippy. And yeah, you'd actually, if it fit your body nicely, if it showed off your shapes, yeah, I think the grey and the grey and the blue ones on the models are certainly more appealing than the kind of... I mean, look at that poor Asian woman. It looks like she's in a sack of coffee. But they don't jump out at you. They do look... They're not appealing.
Some people like nice nightwear when they go.
I would like to know from women who watch this channel, fill me in on what I'm saying, fill me in on what they're saying, what they're wearing. Let me know in the comments. Well, I'm men if you know about it, but if you do, I'll leave that with you. But because I don't know. I can only go on what I'm looking at, and they don't look that great. But, like she said, they might not want to look great. They might not want to... I mean, they don't want to look stupid. But if you are going on holiday somewhere hot and you just want to walk down the market, you don't want to attract loads of attention, having some skin-tight mini-skirt... Why not? Why the hell not?
I actually thought, Peter, that it was a 90, and when you said
there
about
you
putting
go.
a pair of heels on it to go out, I was like, but you wouldn't go out in a 90.
Oh, get me another sausage, Bernie.
Confusion over the duo's multi-purpose products leaves Peter Jones and Sarah Davies a little underwhelmed.
What were those weird little flirtatious twisters?
Can Tej Lalvani prevent this pitch from unravelling further by unpicking the company's routes to...
I mean, look, this is what I mean about this being edited, and sometimes they show you responses that weren't the original response to what's been said. Watch them now. Apparently none of the dragons are talking, but if you look at the two pictures in this, I've just taken it back, look at the two pictures, you can clearly see that they're responding to someone talking to them. Watch.
Lalvani prevent this pitch from unravelling further by unpicking the company's routes to market.
You know, they both broke into a smile. The one in red started nodding her head, and yet we're given the impression, although subtly, we're given the impression that it was a silent moment, so to speak. Anyway, let's see what Eyebag's actual damage, full-time tattooed Zorro mask Tej Lalvani is. I mean, for a man who runs a vitamin empire, yeah, you might want to sample some.
I like the brand name. Where are you selling right now?
I can't remember what that was. Oh yeah, cucumber. Where are they selling? Where are you selling your cucumbers? £2 a pound at a cucumber. Come on, ladies. Oops, steady. I didn't mean like that. I didn't.
So mainly online.
Every month, how much are you selling on your website?
Approximately about £5,000.
Quid.
£1,000.
That kind of thing, yes. But we've
Awful. Watch her double dragon. I didn't mean to say that, but it fits beautifully. There's like a dropping of her shoulder. I think, if I remember rightly, she huffed and puffed. I think she done them both. Let's just listen to that again. I think I've taken it back enough.
Name? Where are you selling right now?
So mainly online.
Every month, how much are you selling on your website?
Approximately about £5,000.
£5,000.
That kind of thing, yes. But we've also just been taken on by some high-quality spas.
£5,000 a month online is terrible. It's terrible. So a year, 50 foul, 60 grand a year. 60 foul a year. They're valuing the company at $500,000. Where are you getting that from? 60 grand revenue. So what's the net profit of that? I mean, if the dresses are costing, what was it? They were selling them at about, well, they're different prices, but averaged about 20 quid. So, you know, their profit is probably, after paying all the other little bits and bobs, the upkeep of the website, a little bit of SEO, and I mean a poxy little bit of SEO, they're not making anything. Then they're probably losing money. They're burning their husband's credit cards. They've probably got a burn. They've probably got a monthly burn of about £8,000. So they're probably, you know, this is all speculation, but they kind of give me enough information to make it. They're probably losing a couple of grand a month.
So we're selling about £500 a month in the 4 seasons.
And what are you doing to get your brand out there in terms of social media and influencers? Are you?
We have knocked on every door at least 5 times and been probably rejected 3 out of 5
We've been in a
times.
lot of press, though.
But we've been in every national...
Don't say that. Don't say that. I mean, when he talks about influencers, he means sending freebies to people who've got website, YouTube channels, Instagrams. Just send them and say, yeah. And then if the woman who gets them likes them and she wants some more, she makes a video going, look what I got come through from Cucumber Clothing. It's some kind of new fabric and it just keeps you cool. It's amazing. Makes a little 10-second video, 200,000 subscribers, bosh. I read an article on a forum I'm part of, an entrepreneurs forum the other day, where an e-commerce seller said that 3 influencers, 3, make up 15% of her sales. And then, we've knocked on every door. Nah, there's literally millions of YouTube channels that would, and Instagram accounts that would take their dresses and wear them. Even if they've only got 10,000, 20,000 subscribers, you know, it's only the cost of the dress, 20 quid and the postage. And now she said we've had loads of press. Well, this is the classic mistake. You've had loads of press, have you? And you're still only doing 5 bags of sand a month. Don't say it. Don't say that. Don't say you've had loads of really good marketing.
We've just had fashion director of the Telegraph take a piece away,
Yes.
so she'll probably be writing about it from a holiday travel point of view.
But if you have been in a lot of press, then I'm just concerned that your sales are still quite low and you haven't gained traction as yet.
Well, I would say that's also because I think
The huffing is terrible. It's a failing business. I think this is a last chance saloon coming on the den.
it's how people define us. So when we launched, you know, we were written about very much as an over 40s brand, but we do need to.
But why were you? Because she said that to them. No one would, you know, cucumber clothing, performance clothes to keep you cool, you know, multifunctional. They go away and people say it's an over 40s brand. They told them that. They've changed. They've changed what they are. They used to be an over 40s brand. They were selling one sock a year and they've changed. So when she, I'll take it back. So when she says they were saying we're an over 40s brand, she leaves out the important bit that she told them they were, without a doubt. Because why would many different people say that?
I would say that's also because I think.
And that's why she went, because she knows it was her mistake, or the pair of them, the business made that mistake.
It's how people define us. So when we launched, you know, we were written about very much as an over 40s brand, but we do need to be written about in younger magazines as well, because we want to grow a proper business. We're ambitious, so it's how to take it to the next level and which route we should go to get there.
Yeah, did you see that little... Not impressed. That was just twaddle. That was word salad. That was just... That's how you answer something without saying anything, really. And that's why, you know, that's why Tej give it that.
Entrepreneurs have their work cut out, convincing Tej Lalvani they can expand their enterprise.
No one's giving these people a penny. No one's given... No money is being given to them. I put my channel on it.
And now Peter Jones wants to pin down the details of their Keep Cool cloth.
If it's about sort of heat, surely you'd wear like a silk or something.
No, you see, natural fibres are the worst things you can wear when you get hot.
Our fabrics work in the same way. They're
Hey, hang on, I'm not buying that at all, no. I grew up in a working class family that was skin, but we had cotton sheets in our bed, without a doubt we did. It was only in the 80s, weirdly, when a bit of money started coming into the southeast of England, that we got what were called then continental quilts. Remember them? Let me know in the comments if you remember the continental quilt. Because back in the day, my mother, we used to have like 5 blankets. You know, do you remember those pastel coloured ones with all the different coloured lines? Pink, blue, yellow, red. And it would be faded as hell because you'd had it for years and it would be bobbling. But you'd have like about 5 different blankets. But they were cotton and you didn't sweat in them. When those continental quilts arrived, basically some kind of poly, awful, sweaty. No, and you know, I know what it's like when you wear, artificial fabrics make you sweat, they make you sticky, they're awful. Natural, maybe I'm wrong. Again, if you've got these high grade performance fabrics that actually do deal with the sweat on your skin, but this is like top end sort of sportswear for professional sports people, not $5,000 a month cucumber clothing. I'm not buying it.
performance fabrics, so they take moisture that's sitting against your skin and it allows the moisture to wick away through.
Can I
the
stop
fabric.
you there?
I'm sorry. Yes, please.
I'm listening to all this. I've got here a polyester microfiber.
It's just polyester. It's just polyester. Wow.
Which is a basic fabric.
Now, I at least thought they'd have some kind of performance fabric, but polyester's horrible. You know, polyester's the one where you don't sit in front. Do you remember your old Superman t-shirt, your Star Wars t-shirt? That was polyester. Don't sit in front of the fire, son. Too late.
Maybe I'm wrong. If I can walk across for 30 seconds
Please
to
do.
look at them all, then I'll give you my straight view.
It's got a lovely smile, that Asian bird. Absolutely beautiful. You know, I always like a smile on the dragon's den.
The expert is checking it out.
But he is an expert. This is how he's made millions. By going into shops, feeling fabrics, doing deals with them. And he does not look impressed.
And most of it's polyester. That's polyester, that's polyester.
I mean, you know, modern marketing. It's polyester. Just call it a performance fabric. And if someone says, yeah, but it's just polyester. So yeah, but we believe it's a performance fabric, because hardly anyone's going to question that. You know, you just put it on your website, performance fabric, and then you sell it. You know, there'll be different words for polyester. You can explain polyester in a different way. We have blended some of the finest scientific discoveries of the last 100 years with some of the natural fibres that have been used for centuries. You know, poly comes from, you know, more than one. And ester, two esters.
Gives me a very good idea. Okay. I love your passion.
Ah, the old "I love your passion." That means you ain't getting a penny. Your business is shit.
However, there's not.
Let's just look at Tage's response to "I love your passion." Look at Tuka's trainers. Oh, you may well have your initialed cufflinks, Tuka, but you've still got your old man's too much pate and red wine gout slippers on.
Yeah. Okay. I love your passion. However, there's nothing
That was excellent. He knows it.
new here. So, I think there are a lot more technical fabrics than what you've got here.
Well, I would just like to say that this fabric here, for example, is this new amazing volcanic mineral fabric.
And what is that supposed to do?
So it is a proven technology which begins to cool you down even before you start to feel hot.
Look at Tuka's face. It cools you down before you start to feel hot. I mean, is that even falsifiable? It's ballsy. It's ballsy as hell. Good Lord. And look at their faces. Now, those smiles aren't as attractive as the previous ones because they're fake smiles. You know, do the old hand test. Cover up the eyes, look at the mouths, then look at the eyes. Yeah, they're not real smiles. The smile is not being expressed above the nose. It's not being expressed in the eyes because they know they're bullshitting. What did she say? Some kind of volcanic you know, it cools you down before you're even hot. Oh, great. That's exactly what no one needs. Yeah, the face on the left is someone who's just been sussed. You know, that's when you say to someone, hang on a minute, and you've called them out and you sort of go, yep. And the Asian woman, you know, she's the kind of, she's not the director in this business, is she? She's not the one, she's just happy. She's happy to be on telly. She's happy to be, you know, when these ladies do lunch, they talk about this business. She's just happy with it. She's not, an ambitious entrepreneur. I don't see her as that, which is a stroke of luck.
For me, when I wear man-made fabrics of any kind whatsoever, it makes me perspire.
It's the same for absolutely everyone, Deborah.
The coolest fabrics are not man-made. They are the cottons and the linens.
Yeah, this is just a well-known thing. Again, unless you're looking at really advanced performance fabrics, which still contain natural fibres.
I'd love you to try what we've given you then, because honestly, we know that we're solving a solution for a lot of women out there because they come back.
Amazing, solving a solution. Yeah, you are doing that, but you're not solving a problem.
We have a very high repeat customer rate and a very low returns rate.
Hang on, yeah, but that's because you've got a very low sales rate.
We're not a medicine. We're not going to say you're not going to wake up and be hot. But you're not dripping. You turn around and go back to sleep.
Gross to say you're not dripping. Who's dripping?
And that's the difference.
Cotton does the same thing.
Okay.
Silk does the same thing. You're not going to convince me that that technical fabric is better than what I wear at the moment.
Oh, poor lass. I mean, she's standing there in a volcanic ash rag. You know, I'm just trying to imagine what it must be like to be standing there wearing the item that people who know more about business are absolutely slagging off. It must just be really painful at this stage. You know, that look at her, look. Again, she's not far from tears at this point. Good gosh. She's just pissed. It's over. She knows it's over. I'd love you to try it. She expected Meaden to go on then, give me a dress and I'll try it and I'll report back in the Sunday Times. And Meaden just went, nah, you ain't going to convince me. And look at her brow, look at her little glabella, look at the lines going inwards. That real sadness, the bottom lip sticking out. Really sad. And understandably, it's failed. The business had already failed, and their last chance saloon in the Den has failed again.
I've got to find my reason to think that's why I buy that brand. So I look across it, and they look fine. I'm not going to criticize. They look fine, you know. And actually, I would buy them because if I'm wanting something comfortable, what you're wearing looks really comfortable. You know.
Oh, look at the anger on the one in red. Look at the. She's looking at Meaden and she wants to be her. She wants everything Meaden's got. She wants the clout she's got. She wants the confidence she's got to say it. She wants the millions in the bank that lets her say it. She wants all of that. And the other bird there, looks like she's terrified. She's terrified. You know why she's terrified? Because she knows how her mate is going to respond to all this back in the office later. It ain't going to go well. She's going to be a real bitch.
I mean, I'm not going to discourage you, because I think you've got an awful lot right. But I personally don't see it.
She's already... Amazing to say I'm not going to discourage you after spending a good 2 minutes really discouraging her.
Sizable return on my investment. That's the reason I won't be investing.
Okay.
I'm out.
She just looks completely out of her depth at this stage. This one, the lights are on, but there's no one's home there, and they ain't coming back. They've left the premises for good.
Nancy and Eileen's clothing range isn't an investment fit for Deborah Meaden. Has Tej Lalvani
got that expression of contempt off his face that he's had since the beginning? Absolutely not. He's even eye blocking now. He's not looking. He's full of contempt, and he's realised it's probably his turn to make an excuse not to give him any money.
got over his concerns that the pair's high profile hasn't produced strong enough sales?
I'll tell you what I'm thinking. You guys are very credible. You're great. But
that's the same as I love your passion.
You're so early. You're hardly doing, £5,000-6,000 worth of sales, and you've come on to ask for investment to really help you take this business somewhere. But you need to prove it created something there. I just think you're a bit too early. So for me, it's not an investment. I'm going to say I'm out.
Nancy and Eileen.
Let's just look at that again. Let's look at that. Eileen, her name is. I'm sorry I forgot their names, but there's so much going on my head when I'm doing these. I just want to have a look at that in really slow, because I said she looks like she's out of her depth. Watch her face here. You are going to get the odd sound effects, but watch her expression here. It's wonderful. Yeah, look.
So for me, it's not an investment. I'm gonna say I'm out.
Yeah, look, ready? Look, watch. Oh, what? Right, yeah, we'll just check it out again in normal speed, because she doesn't know what to do or say or think or anything. Yeah, check it.
Nancy and Eileen, I think...
No. We need it in normal speed again. Sorry.
And I'm going to say, I'm out.
Nancy and Eileen, I think there are too many reasons not to invest, and there's not a big enough hook to jump in and say, this is an opportunity for investment at this stage. So I'm going to say I'm out.
Thank you.
I've got to get that pursed lip. I've got to get... Like, she said thank you to him after she turned away. It's one of the rudest things you can do. Thank you. You know, I'm not even... Like, let me see it. And I want to see if I can get her pursed lips here.
This stage. So I'm going to say I'm out.
Thank you.
Look at it. Look, just fuck you. Fuck you. Really not. Fuck you. We'll have a look at it at proper speed again. Watch the way she's still talking when she's turning.
This stage. So I'm going to say I'm out.
Thank you.
For me, you're in...
And did you see the speed of it though? The speed of that real pursing of the lips, that real kind of anger. It was only a fraction of a second. Watch.
So I'm going to say I'm out.
Thank you.
And it's amazing because if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see that. But there was hatred. And hatred in the face is hatred in the heart. She did not like him. She does not like him. She does not like being there. This is hell for her.
For me, you're at a bit of a crossroads.
You ain't getting any money.
Because I think you can continue being a small business as you are.
You ain't scaling. It's $5,000 a month. Deal with it. Go and have another high tea at the Dean Street Townhouse.
However, if going mass market is something you want to do, you need to be more price competitive. And for me, if I look at your business today, I don't see this as being a great investment. And I'm out.
A fourth exit leaves the entrepreneur's hopes of investment.
Oh, amazing, the little flick of the air. It's nothing. I flick it off. It's nothing. Chin up, exposing the neck. When we expose our necks like that, we're like, nothing you can say can hurt me, because you're vulnerable, your neck's vulnerable. I said it in the last one. Bloke in the pub was calling out someone, come on in. Football fans on the terraces. It's only subtle, because obviously she's not going to go, look at my neck. But the chin's up there, the bottom lip's forward. Yeah. You don't, what you've got to say doesn't bother me. Which tells us, of course, it really bothers her.
Hanging.
And they are amazing that they've just used that. They've used her doing that. What the fuck's going on? Again clip. I didn't put that in. They've used it again. How insulting to the viewer.
A fourth exit leaves the entrepreneur's hopes of investment hanging by a thread.
Oh my God, actually it was a different one. How interesting. That's where she is. She doesn't know what to do, what to say, or anything. She's just friend of the director.
Is fashion impresario Tuka Suleiman prepared to add their business to his portfolio?
No.
I do admire your persistence and your passion and your drive. However, personally, I think they're terrible designs.
Look at her face there. Look, Eileen, is it? Eileen has just had... No, Nancy in red. She's just had enough of it now. She just really has. Even Nancy's starting to feel the burn, who actually is just along for the ride. But look at the squint in the eyes. Look at it. You still going on, you stupid old man. What do you know about women's clothes, you multi-millionaire off of the back of women's clothes?
And I'm being really honest, and I've been doing this for 45 years.
Sure.
Okay? I think you either go back to the drawing board, get a good designer.
Yeah, get a good designer. That's where they failed. Isn't it amazing? Everything about this business could have been so different if the designs were better. And it's very easy for startups to get caught up in the branding, you know, all the nice prints here, the logos here, all this fabric here, this is what we're going to do. And, you know, someone, you know, friend of a friend got us interviewed in this magazine, a friend of a friend got us, oh, it's all growing. But they didn't get the fundamentals right. They're selling clothes. And at the heart of a business about clothes is design. Make them special, because the competition is huge. And they didn't do that. They made them bland.
Because it looks. So, I think I've given you enough.
It looks. What a radical insult.
For one day, and I'm out.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
All right. Thank you.
Well, there you go, people. Look, it's now nearly 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to find out what happened to... Oh, yes, I will. Let's see what happened to Cucumber Clothing. Oh, they're still going. They've got quite a nice website. And on Companies House, you know, they're not dissolved. This was... I don't know when it was on Dragon's Den, but look, it talks about performance. Cucumber's clever fabric technology makes you feel like it's yoga every day. Super soft fabrics, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I want to find out what's in them. What's in them? We go down here and we get to a bit here. Blah, blah, blah. Our 37.5 registered trademark fabric is made from tencel, a natural material derived from beechwood forests in Austria. So it's got wood in it that we mix with polyester. That's it. We then add in the volcanic mineral, a 100% natural process that requires no chemicals to make sure it does what we want. This is true thermoregulating technology, scientifically proven, that helps to cool you down when you are hot and warm you up when you are cold. Well, where is that science? Because I've had a look all around their website and there's nothing there. And yes, this website looks lovely. It's a really well-made website. It's got everything you'd expect from a website. Nice landing page, nice logo, everything's good. But the numbers, in short, are fucking dreadful. Let me just get my head out of the way. I mean, come on. You know, it's 40 grand. It's, you know, last 2020, less than 50 grand. And 2021, 55 grand. You know, they're not making anything. See you later, Cucumber. Your husbands are gonna, you know, your husbands aren't gonna enjoy keep funding this vanity project for much longer. That's my educated guess. Bye.
Sweet bit, sweet mama, sweet bit, sweet mama, sweet bit, sweet mama.